Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of the Frisco Report. Thanks for everybody joining us tonight, live in full effect. I got my bud here, my co-host Mike, Cowboys Corner. What's going on, Mike?
What's going on, Joe? Wearing the robe because you don't want to sleep on the Cowboys.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep on the Cowboys, but there are going to be teams in the NFL that are, and we're going to back smack them a couple times. We're going serious shark tooth mode. Cat my time, baby. You know how we do it. TD Lamb, let's do it. All right, man. So, Mike, dude, we got a lot of news actually to get into before we actually break down some of the game here and just give our general discussion on the game. Sunday night football. You know, what better way to open it up than prime time at SoFi Stadium, Mike? So, before we get into that, guys, excuse me, let's get into the news of the day. All right. And it all starts with Randy Gregory, Mike. Cowboys signed him to a 1-year extension through 2021. So, he hasn't he hasn't accrued enough games to hit restricted free agency, but if he plays a majority of this season, he will hit the restricted free agent threshold. Cowboys getting ahead of that, signing him to a 1-year extension goes through 2021, so they don't have to worry about the restricted free agency on Randy Gregory, because I think honestly, if he puts together a good season, people will want him. I know some people don't think that, but with the lax rules and that kind of thing, Mike, what's your thoughts here on the extension of Randy Gregory?
Yeah, I like it. He's going to miss almost half the season, so it's good. I mean, as much as the Cowboys already invested resources, getting him on pace, getting him on track, it's good that he takes these, his second, quote unquote, second extension, because after this year, they extended him for 2020, then they extended him for 2021. So basically, this is like his second extension. So nothing surprising here. He can start practicing with the team week 4, so after the Cleveland Browns, and then he could return back to work week 6. But I like it. I mean, as much as the Cowboys already invested in this guy, it's good that he takes these cheap deals. And again, prove yourself. Maybe another team might want to take on a headache that he could provide for a team if he don't turn things around.
Yeah, it's a smart move by the Cowboys. They save money. They're not paying a lot. This guy can roll out of bed and get straight to sacking the quarterback. So I love that. That's a good move by the Cowboys. Great way to kick off the evening, everybody. Let us know in the comments and chat box what you guys think about the Randy Gregory extension. We'll cut through all the news and discussion, and then we'll get to your questions and comments. All right, guys. So the next thing we want to take a look at, Mike, we got a couple of jersey changes. We got some players that their jersey numbers have changed. Hopefully none of you guys picked up some of these jerseys, but I suspect some of you may have. And it all kicks off with this. But we'll get into that in just a minute. What we're talking about here is protecting the practice squad guys, right, Mike? Yeah. So we discussed this every Tuesday of the regular season. Your team can protect 4 players from your practice squad, which means nobody can poach them off of your roster. This week, the Cowboys have protected Francis Bernard, Deontay Burton, Rondell Carter, and Shewo Olanilua. How about that? I finally nailed his last name. I finally nailed it. Don't ask me to say it again, but I did nail it. All right.
Great job. Olanilua. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is big. This is big time, because we talked about when all these roster cuts happened and stuff, we talked about how important Francis Bernard was and just the risk that they were taking cutting this guy, right? Utah product, 6'1", 230 pounds. Francis Bernard is probably the most important piece here because of that linebacker depth that we have. Leighton Vander Esch's neck. Sean Lee's already down on IR. Joe Thomas, Mark Slaughter. Can we trust these guys? I get it. He's an undrafted rookie that made plays in practice. I mean, this was a fan favorite guy. So it's smart and I'm pretty sure if he don't make a 53 at some point this year, his name's going to be protected for 16 weeks. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah, If he doesn't get called up, that will be a. I'll be surprised if they don't protect him. You know what I mean? Now, what I was mentioning here just a second ago, we got some jersey changes, Mike. So let's take a look at this. This comes from Kyle Yeomans. Trayvon Diggs has changed from 31 to 27. Nobody wants the 27 apparently, but now Trayvon Diggs takes the 27. Bradley Knight is now 56. Rico Dowdle, Herschel Walker's old number 34 for Rico Dowdle. I think I like that number better for him. I've never been a big fan of 40s for running backs. Terry Steele changed to 78. Big Cat Leon, that's former number. The newly acquired Malik Turner's number 17. And Brandon Carr, 39. Back into his old number, Mike. Any thoughts on some of these jersey changes here?
No, Trayvon Diggs, it makes sense. You know, he wore 7 in Alabama. You know, 2-7 was out there. And 31 looked good on him, though. It did. I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. You know, I think, like, I don't know. I'm weird when it comes to jersey numbers. I'm pretty big because it makes it builds the physique of the player when they got their uniform on. You know, Tony Pollard, before he changed to 20, he was 36. I thought that number looked perfect on him. He looked bigger, he looked stronger, looked faster. Now he looks like a slim lightning bolt with number 20 on. I don't know. Numbers, it's like a haircut, right? You let your hair grow out, and then you get a haircut, you look completely different. Numbers do the same thing for these jerseys. But not surprised at all about it. None of these numbers. Brandon Carr got his 39 back from Quist Westery. Yeah, he 39 go to him. He chose 31. So 31's just getting passed around like some leftovers.
Yeah. So a little change there for you guys. Did anybody out there get a Diggs jersey? Let us know in the comments.
Get your money back.
All right, Mike, take a look at this. This is from Sunday Night Football. Let us know what you guys think about this in the chat box in the comments. And that's this. Which running back will get to 500 yards first? Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Christian McCaffrey, C-Mac, Zeke, Chris Carson, Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley, Aaron Jones. Mike, who's getting the 500 first?
Zeke Elliott. He was right behind Jim Brown. He I think he's tied with them in NFL history to have 6 consecutive 100-plus yard games. Now I think he did that in his rookie year, and I don't see why he can't do that again this year. Zeke Elliott will be the first one to 500 yards, even with the offensive line issues. Not because I'm biased. Zeke's hungry. There's a lot of media attention out there that said, you know, Zeke might have lost it. Zeke wants this football. He wants this rock. He's going to pound it. And I think we're going to see some vintage 2016 Ezekiel Elliott, Joe.
So, first off, everybody in the chat box and comment, is Mike being biased? Okay. let us know in the comments. For me, I got to go with Zeke too, man. Am I biased? Hell yeah, I'm biased. That I will say. So, but no, man, but seriously, breaking down the numbers the first couple of weeks, I think he will crack that. I think he'll be the first one there. What about a runner-up? If you went 1B or second place, who would be the guy that might actually get it if it's not Zeke, Mike?
I'm going to be biased here because he's on my fantasy league. Chris Carson. I need those fantasy points. But no, it'll probably be Christian McCaffrey. Just because, I mean, the guy's elusive, you know. And I don't know if it's scrimmage yards. I don't know if it's all scrimmage yards, rushing yards, you know. But Christian McCaffrey get there pretty quick, too, if I'm being completely honest. The guy's just an all-around Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with Saquon Barkley being the runner-up. I think looking at that NFC East, the Giants have bolstered up that offensive line. They have improved it. You know, I wish I could say they didn't, but they have. You know, they started adding pieces there. Will Hernandez. They got some other people in here. Andrew Thomas they just drafted. We'll see if he's the real deal or a bust, but looking good, looking a lot better than it was just a few years ago for the Giants offensive line, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Christian McCaffrey could be in that, but I'm going with Saquon Barkley. Let us know in the comments, guys, which running back do you think will go 500 yards first? Okay, and who goes second if you had that choice? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat box, guys. appreciate all you guys for joining tonight with us here at the Frisco Report. We can't do any of this without you.
That sounded like a quick commercial break right there, Joe.
Indeed. I got to change it up a little bit here. And they got to change the cadence, baby. You know what I'm talking
That's
about?
right. That's right.
Cadence. All right, guys. The next piece of news here is a quote from Mike Fisher's article on Ezekiel Elliott. Let's break this down, Mike. Let's take a look at this. If you missed it, and we'll break down the article here. And this is something that is going to come up. The NFL season with the social justice issues and that kind of thing is something that we kind of want to talk about here for a little bit. But we'll touch on it. But it is obviously that everybody keeps asking. Clarence Hill, mainly the one that is ask every player on the Cowboys about this. But as far as Ezekiel Elliott, I think we're going to have some guys kneeling. We're going to have guys standing. And the biggest thing is that we're all supporting each other. Ezekiel Elliott told Pro Football Talk. We're all supporting each other, and that's what's going to bring us all together. Okay? So Elliott said he believes Jones will be supportive of the concept, viable, in as much as Jones himself has suggested the same, often recently stating, that was then and this is now, in regards to changing his feelings about the toe the line tradition. So I think that this is something that has really changed across the league and even fans. I know there were some hardcore fans, obviously, that really were annoyed by Colin Kaepernick. I think he's the one that really started this back in the day. And there was the same issues going on back then that we're seeing now. But now it's kind of like, now it's just more prevalent. It's getting a little bit crazy. But this is something that will come up here, for football across the league. And, the way I look at this, Mike, is the way that Mike McCarthy, said it best in his press conference was that, he wants to take a step back and listen to the players. And, maybe you have some blind spots that you weren't aware of, and you're going to listen and things like that. So, it's one of those volatile conversations, Mike, where you have people that say it's disrespectful to the flag and this and that. But, get a little bit of a blurb there from Ezekiel Elliott on what the team is planning to do, Mike. What's your thoughts on that?
I support it 1,000%. And did I like it? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Did I like it when Colin Kaepernick did it, a few years ago? I didn't. But I wanted to educate myself. I'm a minority too in this country. I'm Mexican. My last name's Sanchez. But I was a little upset. I had family that been in wars stemming back from the Civil War, right?
Yeah.
And obviously they fought on the north side, FYI. And so I wanted to really educate myself. And there is a social injustice problem in this country. I talked to my buddy DJ. I got a few other friends that I talk to, and the first question I ask them when we get to this conversation is, how scared are you when you get pulled over? Whether it's a tail light, running a stop sign, not stopping completely, whatever the case might be. And they said, I am terrified for my life. I will never understand that because of the color of my skin, but we got to educate ourselves. If we're just going to boycott and burn Nike and do all this stuff without educating ourselves, Joe, that is a huge problem, because you're getting mad at something that you know nothing about. And I know the current sitting president has a lot to do with this too. And he's uneducated as much as anybody. If you got a problem with it, sit down, talk to some black people, talk to some white people, get different views, and educate yourself on it. Don't just don't make this political. You got to educate yourself. You don't vote for a presidential candidate without educating yourself on that candidate. So don't jump to these conclusions without educating yourself. So if you're mad about this, really understand why and what they're doing kneeling right now.
Absolutely. A great take, Mike. Great take. I agree with you 10,000% to the third degree. So that's where I'm at with it. I was the same as you, man. When Kaepernick was doing it, I felt the exact same way. But it is kind of like what Jerry's saying. That was then. This is now. It's a lot more. It's just a different world we're living in. Let's move on, Mike, to the game of games, that is Sunday Night Football. And what we want to look at here is our opponent, Mike. And we want to take a look at, the depth chart and this kind of thing. And so let's break this down, Mike. And Sunday Night Football, everybody, will be on the road, SoFi Stadium. That's in Los Angeles. They share the same stadium with the Chargers. They both share the same stadium, SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California. All right. So there won't be a crowd there. They're going to pump in fake crowd noise, that kind of thing. McCarthy's already prepared the Cowboys for what that might sound like, and that kind of thing. So, and there is a decibel max, supposedly. Who's going to monitor that? We don't know. I'm curious to see if somebody tries to fudge the decibel numbers around the league. If somebody gets caught, maybe the Patriots get caught. I could see them doing something dumb like that. But that's where we're at, Mike. We're going to play the Rams, man, opening it up. Okay. So let us know what you guys think about our first opponent on the road, everybody. Are you pumped about facing the Rams? Are you excited about it? That kind of thing. Now, the Cowboys, they did release the depth chart, Mike, and let's take a look at that. Let's break this down with you guys. Let's go to maximum size here. See if we can
unofficial depth chart.
Unofficial depth chart. No, depth chart. Depth chart, everybody. Depth chart.
Depth.
So, Mike, what if anything on this unofficial depth chart kind of sticks out to you? Anything here that kind of sticks out to you?
Yeah, I was seeing something that TP and who was the other guy returning punts? It's kind of blurry. I don't know if you can make that any bigger, Joe.
Yeah, so we got Tony Pollard. We got Tony Pollard, Trevon Diggs as punt returners, and they actually, the CD Lamb and Wilson are on there. Well, kick return.
Cedric Wilson. Yes, Cedric Wilson. They were saying that CD Lamb was the backup, but I'm pretty sure CD Lamb's going to get those touches.
Yeah, it's going to be one of them things, man, where it's going to be all or nothing. I have a feeling that you go with the hot hand. I think if CD Lamb gets his hands on it and breaks one for like 20 or 30 yards, you rock with him again. All right. Is there a risk there of injury? Obviously, of course there is, but there's a risk of that on any play, right? So,
right.
And this should be an improved special teams unit. I think this is something that we're really gonna be taking a close look at, as far as like, okay, we've been talking it up. Special teams, we were last. Now we got Fossil in here. We should be better, right, Mike?
Yeah. That's the biggest piece is having Bones Fossil, who's returning home, by the way, to play his former team for after 8 seasons. But that's the biggest key. We had I don't even know his name. What was Dan Quinn or something like that? Our last special teams coach, who knew nothing. He was a scout that knew nothing about special teams. And Bones, he lives and breathes this. I mean, he's been doing it his whole life. And special teams, I think just with Bones being in the mix as the coach and mixing things up and bringing Greg DeLeg, getting Chris Jones right, who said that it was putting the ball well, looked like there was nothing holding him back. And then obviously LP, long snapping like an OG that he does. And so just that whole piece, adding all these special team core players, and then keeping some too, you can't go wrong with this. And I don't see how the Cowboys can ever be 32nd in special teams again. That was just crazy to me.
Yeah, so that's the exciting part of this whole thing. We're either gonna see our receiving kick return team, how they're gonna look, or we're gonna see them, out there tackling and hopefully not letting these guys start on the 30 or 40 yard line like we've seen the last couple of seasons here. So the other thing here, obviously, they kind of have this thing where they have it they have a strong side, right? So they got Alvin Smith listed a strong side linebacker. It's kind of interesting to me, but I'm thinking this is more of an alignment type of deal. So I feel like that they released this, but it still gives you a little bit of question as far as to who's going to line up. Obviously, Everson Griffin Is he really going to be backing up DeMarcus Lawrence and Tyron Crawford over here, defensive end over here? If it were me, Mike, I'm probably going to start Everson Griffin, not Tyron Crawford. But what's your thoughts on this little on that right there?
I agree. I agree 1,000% with you. I mean, but see, Tyron Crawford. I mean, he's very versatile. So you can move him anywhere on the line that you want. Everson Griffin, maybe some third and long packages. Same thing with Tyron Crawford. You want your heavy set guys in there on third and shorts. Just in case they run it. You can clog up that hole with some baconators. And but no, I honestly, I like Tristan Hill there. Our second round pick from a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to see. I mean, we were hard on him during this whole offseason. He finally stepped it up. He took advantage of the opportunity with McCoy going down. But so far, I actually like it. I actually like this.
Yeah. That's a good point about Tristan Hill. But the work is not done yet. It's just beginning. Like I said, we want to see the great work that he put into the training camp to go into the regular season. I do not want to see Tristan Hill lay an egg and just be, manhandled and not do anything. If that happens, but I don't think that will. I think this team is not going to let him fail. So I'm excited to see what Tristan Hill does, man, to be honest. They're giving him the keys there over Neville Gallimore and right next to Don Terry Poe, a pretty well-vested veteran there at the one tech. So
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to be super honest with you. I see I see some 3-4 lineups in here. You take Lawrence, you take Hill, you take Crawford. There's your 3-4. You got Alden Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, maybe some Joe Thomas. I see a lot of. I see this hybrid defense just looking at this depth chart and how it's set up. Seriously, I see that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Especially with Don Terry Poe, such a big guy. A triple baconator when it comes to Don Terry Poe. So
346 pounds of beef.
That's a lot. That's a lot right there to move. That's you're taking on two, maybe three, triple teams. But the other thing that kind of stands out to me too, Mike, is the starter here, Trayvon Diggs. Anthony Brown. Is it Anthony Brown starting over Cheeto? Is he still banged up? So they're going with Trayvon and Anthony Brown. What's your thought there on that?
I'm going to say this part is probably accurate. Trayvon Diggs, from what we've read, what we've seen, this guy can cover tight ends. He's covered wide receivers. He kept up with some speedy wide receivers on our football team. I wouldn't be surprised if he is CB2, playing where former player Byron Jones used to play. So, but again, they're going to mix it up, whether it's nickel, whether it's dime, whether it's base cover 3. They're going to mix it up. So I wouldn't pencil him in as a CB2, but I'm going to pencil him in on this football field probably 90% of the downs.
Yeah, that's one that really stuck out to me, Trayvon Diggs. But it's something that we've discussed here at the Frisco Report. That it looks like he has outplayed everybody at that position. So why not start him, right? That was what we've been talking about. So, outplayed, Worley, Goodwin. I would even say Anthony Brown. Has he been the best corner of the training camp?
I would say so.
Yeah, so it'll be to see what matchups he pulls up. The slot cornerback, I think that's going to be somebody that's going to get a lot of work in there covering Cooper Kupp and some of these other nimble wide receivers that they have. They have a lot of quickness on the field, nimble, agile wide receivers. So we're going to have to get pressure on Jared Goff. Let's take a look at the offensive line, Mike. Let's take a closer look here at this unofficial depth chart. All right. Anything stick out to you here on the offensive line? Looks like they're going with Cameron Irving at the right tackle. Mike, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that was kind of expected, right? Mitch Hyatt, they wanted to give him a real serious look there. He went down with a torn ACL. Cam Irving was the next one up. So I kind of expected that. And then, Terrence Steele backing him up. And then Brandon Knight, where's he at on this thing? Who's he backing up?
Looks like they moved him to guard straight up. You know, he was supposedly going to be the swing tackle along with Irving, so it looks like he's getting the backup to Zach Martin treatment,
And Terrence Steele's going to be your swing.
which is
Hey,
interesting to me. Terrence Steele,
yeah,
man, undrafted rookie free agent. I mean, that's pretty big, man. You're backing up, you know, your starter. You know, he could easily see some time here, and like we said, these coaches are not going to let Cameron Irving be a Chaz Green where he's getting your quarterback killed all game long. We're going to find out about Cameron Irving pretty quick. You know, the Rams don't have a really big threat at the left end, so it's not like they have a boss player there that's going to give him a problem. But if he can't handle the regular left end of the Rams, they won't hesitate to make a change there. You know what I mean, Mike?
yeah, I do. And the one guy running this unit right here, his name's Joe Philbin, right? Head coach tracking record, offensive line track record, offensive coordinator track record. I really trust him to put the best offensive lineman on the field. And if he thinks Cam Irvin is ready and Terrence Steele needs to work on that swing tackle stuff, and maybe Terrence Steele can go in there if Cam Irvin struggles, I completely 1,000% trust him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do too, man. Him and McCarthy, there were two peas in the pod there at Green Bay. So I'm going with the experience of those two. They know what they want on the team here. The other thing that kind of stands out to me too, Mike, is looking at the depth here. Malik Turner. Okay, so it looks like that. He's there for a reason. Special teams player is really his game, Mike. So let's see if he can find himself a niche. Now, as far as the 46, all right, anybody that you kind of feel that won't actually suit up from these players?
Yeah, the Sean, the tight end, McCarron, I don't think he'll suit up. Noah Brown, they got 7 wide receivers. So one of the wide receivers ain't suiting up, I can promise you that.
Mm-hmm.
So Noah Brown probably won't suit up. Rico, the running back there, won't suit up. Ben DiNucci won't suit up. So that's how many more do I need?
You need what do you got there? Well, that was 3, right? So
4.
you need. Was that 4 or you need 4 more?
So I need 3 more.
You need 3 more.
Let's see. Oh man, this is getting tougher now. They got 10 corners. Do you need all 10? For special teams.
Could Dorrance be on that list?
Dorrance could be on that list. Luke Gifford, he won't be. Yeah, Luke Gifford, Dorrance Armstrong, because he's still hurt, and Jordan Lewis won't be there. So that's it right there. Jordan Lewis being active, Luke Gifford, Dorrance Armstrong, and then the 4 that I named on offense. I think that's pretty clutch.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right, man. But everybody that's left, some pretty good lineup, man. I feel really good about this roster, Mike. Let's break down the game now. As far as what do you want to see out of this game from rookies, vets, coaching? What do you want to see out of this game, Mike?
I want to see how this offensive line is gelling together because I really believe this offensive line is our make and break. Seriously. So the offensive line, number 1, I want to see how Leighton Vander Esch does. Can he really make a pop on somebody and get that momentum going? Is he going to play? I want to see if he's playing kind of slow, if he's kind of letting up on a big hit, because these guys get to hit different people now. This is where football counts, right? So you can really tell if Leighton Vander Esch is really trusting himself or if he was all talk. I mean, this one game's going to let you know, but I hope he gets that first pop and we see the Leighton Vander Esch from his rookie year. I want to see Alton Smith. This guy's missed 5 years of football. Where is he at? How good does he look? Does he look like he got some cinder block feet, or does he look like he got some Air Nike shoes, light as a feather, running through there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those are my 3 things that I'm looking at: the O-line, Leighton Vander Esch, and Alton Smith.
Very good, very good. I'm going to be looking at LVE is big on my list. You know, I feel the same about him, so I'll skip him. But LVE definitely on there. I want to see the power of Connor Williams. Did it improve, or has he plateaued? Or is he what he is? Is that all we're going to get from him? I want to see a stronger Connor Williams.
Mm.
Okay, he tends to get a little bit bullied there. This is a pretty good, middle of the defense there. Aaron Donald stunts. He's gonna have his hands full there. Now he didn't do too bad of a job last time he went up with against Sue and Aaron Donald. So, but I want to see him do something a little bit more special. I don't want to see him getting pushed back into the quarterback and that kind of thing. So that's one. So LVE Connor Williams. I want to see the rookie. Both of them. Trayvon Diggs, how he does when the lights come on, I think he's going to be fine. Coming from Alabama, that big program, the lights are always on these guys. They tend to translate really well to the NFL for the most part. And he's really balled out. So I'm excited to see what he does. Will he play a perfect game? Probably not. But I think you're going to have confidence like, okay, we got a player here. We got a dog in the secondary, right? I just have a good feeling about Trayvon Diggs. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, what's the deal? Is it a foot? Are they just resting him? Does he play the full game? So that'll be a little sub topic that I want to see. How does Amari Cooper look? And if he's going up against Jalen Ramsey, more physical type of cornerback. Hill, the other cornerback, he's actually not too bad. So the corners are not too bad, but Gallup, Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb. Hopefully, we get to see all three of them on the field. I think we'll put a lot of pressure on them, Mike.
I like that. I like that. I like how I brought up Cam Irving. I like how you brought up Connor Williams, but there's a centerpiece here. Travis Frederick retired. Joe Looney.
Yeah.
This guy helps Dak Prescott setting protection. He helps the offensive line set up protection. Can Joe Looney pick up where he left off from 2 years ago in playing 16 games and being really productive at that position? This offensive line, it's a huge question mark going into this. How do they gel? Tyron Smith, how does that back? Is that back healing up? The offensive line is the motor of this team. I think the Lunatics had the trenches. The offensive line is part of that trench, and they have to hold up for Dak Prescott and Zeke to get that ball going.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. This game will be lost or won, in our case, in the trenches. I totally agree because this team, it is the offensive line. It's been like that for a while. But what I do feel good is if there's some issues here and there, I feel the adjustments by McCarthy, you'll see in-game adjustments. Unlike with Garrett, where you wouldn't see in-game adjustments. All you guys remember that. It was like hitting your head on the wall. McCarthy, he will do in-game adjustments. The defense as well, Mike Nolan, these guys. So that's going to be something to watch. Mike Nolan, like we said, I think he's going to be calling the plays, defensive plays from the box up in the stadium. And from what I got from Kellen Moore, it sounds like Kellen Moore prefers to be on the field. So it'll be interesting to see if he's calling the plays from the field or is he up in the press box as well. So we'll see how they look there on that side of the ball, Mike. Defensively speaking, any other parts of the defense that you're going to be looking at here?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna look at Darian Thompson. Right, he earned this starting position. How is he looking? Did he really earn this thing, or was it give it to him? Right? Yes, he beat out a veteran who was switching teams like they was changing underwear throughout the week in Clinton Dix. But I'm looking at Darian Thompson. I'm looking at Tristan Hill. I'm looking at these guys that quote unquote won their camp battle. It might, and trust me, it's going to look real ugly. Probably the first and a half quarters of this football game. I mean, players really haven't been tackling. The only tackling they've been doing is really tackling drills. Yeah, we've seen Leighton Vander Esch hit Tony Pollard or whatever, but a coach had to pull Leighton Vander Esch aside and say, "Hey, tone it down a little bit." So they really weren't doing any hitting. So it might look sluggish for both sides of this football, for the Rams and for the Cowboys. But get in the second half, making those second half adjustments, getting in there, you might see a better version of the Cowboys than what you saw in that first half. That's really what I'm thinking here. So I'm looking at Tristan Hill. I'm looking at Darian Thompson, and Xavier Woods. There's talks that he's coming back this week. Is he 100%? Does Mike McCarthy take care of players' bodies better than Jason Garrett? Does he rush him? Does he not rush him back due to this injury? That's going to be a big part too. Is that back end of the defense between Xavier Woods and Darian Thompson?
Yeah, man, that's a great take, Mike. Looking at that safety position because, and I think fans are really going to be paying attention to this because if somebody misses a play or if they get burnt on a big splash play or a run or something, the people are going to be calling for Earl Thomas. You could guarantee that. So I'm with you, man. I'm definitely pulling for Thompson, but at the same time, all eyes are going to be on him. It just is, right? It's going to be on those safeties, and especially Darian Thompson. They got rid of Clinton Dix. He got beat out by him. And then after those two, X Woods and Darian Thompson, it's very thin. Donovan Wilson and these guys. So that's a great take, Mike.
What are you looking at? Anything on defense, Joe?
Outside of safety, I'm going to be looking at. We talked about Tristan Hill, so that's one there. I think those are the main parts on the defense. I think we covered it all there. Alden Smith, be interesting to see how he looks. And even Tyron Crawford, man, those hips.
Yeah.
How does he hold up? Against live action. Is he going to be okay? Is it going to be soreness? What comes from this? So that'll be a little something to watch. But I think it's going to be a fun game, man. As far as I always like to look at the refs calling the game, okay? And the Cowboys, they're going to pull the Tony Corrente crew. Not bad. That's not a bad crew. Now, if the crew that I absolutely do not like is Jerome Boger. I can't stand it. Those guys, Jerome Boger, his crew, yellow every play. Now, I did mention this, in another stream that as the same as the teams here that haven't had a preseason, neither have the refs. They've actually, obviously the refs have been doing spot duty at some of these teams' scrimmages and this kind of thing, but they're going to be rusty too. So are we going to get missed calls? Are we going to get bad calls? I think we're going to see this around the league. I think the first couple of weeks, you're going to see a lot of yellow on the field. So let's see how that goes. But as far as the crew that we're getting, Tony Corrente, I think is a pretty good crew. Getting them Sunday night, you want to have a competent crew. I think we pulled a good one, right?
And if you guys don't know who Tony Corrente is, he's the guy that got the index card and put it in between the first down marker. Oh, who are we playing? Against the Raiders? I think it was against the Raiders, and he called a first down with a piece of paper. That's who that referee is, if you guys don't remember.
Yeah, the index gate, right? That was awesome, dude. I'll never forget that, dude. That was crazy game.
When he did that and he got up and he started smiling, I don't even think he knew what the hell he was doing.
Oh man, you saw the look on the face of of the Raiders, dude. They couldn't believe it. Like, are you kidding me? That was a crazy game, dude. Jeff Heath there at the end with that fumble on Derek Carr. That was a crazy play. But yeah, Tony Corrente. The Chiefs actually open up with the Texans on Thursday night, man. So we're 2 days away from actual, gameplay, man. We're gonna get to see these guys, Texans and Chiefs. They get the Clete Blakeman crew. Not so familiar with them, but yeah, man. I think we should have a good game, offensively speaking, Mike. Any other parts that you're gonna be looking at as far as the offense on the Cowboys here?
Not necessarily. Tony Pollard, I want to see him. How does Mike McCarthy? I know that he don't want to show a lot because it's really early in the season, but how does Tony Pollard fit in this offense? Yeah, there's been talks about it. There was also talks last year under the last era, and it never got used. So how do they use Tony Pollard? Where does he fit on this offense? Talk is cheap. And I want to see how Tony Pollard really fits here. How does he look on punt and kickoff returns? Whatever one he does, how how does the Cowboys get Tony Pollard going? That's one thing I'm looking at on offense.
I love it. I love it because it's something that we've been talking. We've been talking about Tony Pollard being utilized in offense since last year with Garrett, and nothing happened with it. So now we're expecting it to come to fruition here with Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy spicing up the offense. So I expect to see some bubble plays, screens, even some trickery plays here and there. So I think they're going to go for it on fourth down. I think we'll see some of that from the offense. I think McCarthy is going to be. I think he's going to be juiced up for this game, man. He's been away for a while. The last time we saw the Cowboys play any meaningful football, it was last year to finish the season in a game that they won, but it didn't matter. They didn't get in, right? So this is it's a new era here with Mike McCarthy, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at some comments here in the chat box and some questions, guys. Keep them coming in here. I'll try to scroll through and catch up for some of these.
I do got some predictions while you're looking for the first one.
Yeah, go ahead.
My game prediction, Alden Smith gets 2 sacks. Dak Prescott throws 3 touchdowns. 2 of them go to CD TD. And the defense gets 2 interceptions. Those are my 3 in-game predictions.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome news, guys. I'm all for it. Dallas Cowboys fan 1980. Appreciate you joining the chat here. Appreciate you guys. See what else we got in here. Looney versus Mike Brockers trench war. That'll be a fun one there. MNZ Gomez. I think it's Gomez, right? Thanks for the donation, bro. I appreciate that. I just saw that. Oh, also one thing I got to announce here. I do have these awesome bands that I just created for everybody. Cowboys blog right here. And then we got cap mode right here in blue. It's a beautiful wristband, guys. Anybody that donates in the chat box, I'll give you one of these. Anywhere from $2 and up, I'll get you out one of these. So Gomez, I'll get you one of these. Hit me up on a direct message, and I'll get one shipped out to you guys. And anybody else that donates tonight, I'll ship these out to you. I only have a limited amount of these, so I just want to put that out there real quick, guys.
I'll get y'all a wristband.
The Lunatic. We're going to get an early fumble recovery versus the Rams and then include it in an INT. I love it.
Ooh. Jalen Smith running up the sideline, getting a touchdown. No fans roaring, but at home.
I'm all for that. I'm ready to see that swipe. I'm ready to see people get off his back, too. Don't get on my boy's back. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're saying.
I am a staunch Jalen Smith supporter, so don't get me revved up. Sac City. Cowboys fan talk in the house. Tony's my boy. Yes, he is. I can't wait to see how they use him. Space Cowboy came on YouTube. Man, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, any new members as well, let me know, man. I'll get this out to you. And any current members, hit me up. And obviously, I need to get everybody's addresses, but I'll send one of these out to you as well. Cowboys blog. Cab mode, baby. You know how we do it here, guys. You guys want to get one of these. They're awesome, man. Space Cowboy, appreciate you, bro. Look at this.
Look at that.
The Guru. Rams were first in NFL in least sacks allowed. I just don't see that this year. That you got an old Whitworth tackle. I think we're gonna get to him.
Well, the key word in that one was were first. This is 2020, but it's a whole new year. This is COVID, NFL. This is a whole new league, and Cowboys beefed it up. The Rams, they lost a lot of key pieces this offseason. It's gonna be pretty interesting how they do.
And to our credit, not to toot our own horns, but Mike and I were talking about beefing up the middle of this defense way before we got into the draft and getting the Baconers. We finally got them, and we even added Gallimore into the mix. So, and I'm pumped about that. I think the pressure is going to be coming with a lot of fury and often often, man.
Yeah, the expectation, the bar's high. Mike McCarthy, it's his first year with the Cowboys, but it's not his first year coaching. So the expectation's high. They signed a lot of veterans. Our rookie class, the high expectations there. I mean, you don't pass out 88 to nobody, right?
Yeah.
The expectations are high. I don't care if it's Mike McCarthy's first year as a Cowboy or CeeDee Lamb as a rookie. The Cowboys got to go out there and go win and put the Jason Garrett era to bed. And the only way to do that is by winning.
Oh, yeah. Well said, Mike. Cry Eagles Cry is the hashtag here. Pathetic how they found the Cowboys to hang on. Yeah, it's true, man. I always trip out when I see it seems to always be Eagles fans. I don't see so much from the Redskins or the Giants. It always seems to be the Eagles. I mean, the envy is real, bro. The envy is real. All right. Let's get to some more predictions, guys. Let us know what predictions you have on the game. Mike gave out some pretty good ones there. Let me think of one here. My prediction, Mike.
Let's hear it.
We're gonna get a sack from Tristan Hill and a sack from Neville Gallimore, the two young guns.
A starter and a rotation will get a sack. You must be doing something right. I like that.
I like it. I like it a lot. See what else we got here in the chat box, guys. Keep the predictions coming. Dak for 3 touchdowns. Yep, that's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. It is gonna happen. I mean, how can it not, man? I mean, seriously, dude, if Dak doesn't get 3 touchdowns, that means that something probably went wrong in the game, and I just don't think it's going to happen. If it were Garrett coaching this team, I would be kind of like, I wouldn't even know, dude. I'd be like, man, I don't know about this game, dude. Even with all the weapons, I don't know. But with McCarthy, he knows how to use the weapons. That's the biggest difference here.
Using weapons, in-game adjustments. If Aaron Donald happens to get 2 sacks, guess what? Zeke might not be getting a lot of touches. They're going to see Blake Bell probably. You'll see Blake Bell in a T formation, Zeke on the other side. They're going to max protect Dak Prescott. You're going to see a lot of in-game adjustments. So much it's gonna. Your head's gonna. You don't even. You be like, is this the same Cowboys? What am I doing? Your food's going to get cold because you're just going to be looking at the TV with your mouth wide open, wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready, like Tio used to say, because it's going to be fireworks, man. I just have a good feeling about this game. Ken Rock, who's starting? Cheeto and Brown? No, it's actually, from what we're seeing right now on the unofficial depth chart, it looks like it's going to be Trayvon Diggs and Anthony Brown. So that'll be an interesting look there. All right. And I think that's just because Cheeto's probably not quite 100% yet, along with Jordan Lewis as well.
Let me ask you this, Joe.
Yeah.
Someone asked a question about, a road game, but with no fans, there's really no home field advantage. So does home and away really, will that hurt a football team?
It's going to be an experiment. So we're going to find out over the next couple of weeks, really. That's a good question. I would think that there wouldn't be a big advantage because, when the defense, they pump them up, right? When the defense, they're on the field, that crowd can pump them up. The offense, I think offenses might be able to get away with some more stuff here, with not so much interference. They, to call the plays out, like you're playing out in Seattle, that crowd disrupts the communication. And we've heard that from Zach Martin and some of these other guys when they're on the road. That's their biggest problem is communicating with each other as far as like, hey, we need to block this guy this way, or hey, take this guy here, watch out for the stunt, this kind of stuff. So, I think that part is going to help the offenses. Even the crowds that do have, a small percentage of people, it's not going to be significant enough where it's going to, hinder the offense. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a little bit of a wild card as far as how it affects the outcomes to a lot of these games, I think.
And then another question. Coaches have to wear a face mask. on the football field. Kellen Moore has to wear one for sure. So, do you think there'll be any miscommunication on play calling with Kellen Moore wearing a face mask going into Dak's earpiece?
I guess, yeah, that's an interesting point. Like how, do you have the mic under the face mask? You know what I mean? Like you got the mic here and then under, or is it the mask and then the piece right here? Like, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I think they've tested this out already, so I'm not worried about it. I think this is something that they probably have done some test runs.
Yeah,
I would hope so. And if not, let's get it done, Cowboys. I'm pretty sure they have, man. We got a pretty competent squad here leading the Cowboys. But yeah, that's a great question. Now, if you're in the press box, I wonder, is it still required for those guys? That's another interesting thing.
I would doubt it because they're not by the players because they got to keep the players safe, right? So I think if they're by the players, maybe that's why you might see a lot of players up or a lot of coaches up in the box. Maybe they don't have to wear a face mask up there. But I think Kellen Moore said something about checking protocol and regulations and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Got one here, Mike, from Chicken Fried. Are the Cowboys going to run the ball heavy with Zeke and Tony against the Rams, Mike?
I think so. Chicken Fried, Zach Brown band right there. I think they'll run it heavy with Zeke for sure. Get his feet underneath them, and then I think you'll see Tony Pollard and maybe some screens, some slot things. But Cowboys like to pass the ball, and this is what we don't know. How balanced are they going to be? To start off the game, you might see a lot of running. Get the offensive line synced up together. Maybe it takes three straight running plays for them to start getting their feet underneath them. So you might see a lot of run. You might see a lot of play action, probably in that first quarter, just to get muscles moving. Get the lungs kind of pink. Just get things moving.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I want to see the quick start. I'm also want to see first down. First down. It used to be where the Cowboys were going to run it no matter what. No matter what look they got, that we're going to run it, right? Hopefully they change it up here, which I think we're all thinking that they are. So, PhD flop face, yo Joe, did you hear someone from the Rams was searching the Cowboys training camp videos? So yeah, it was Michael Brockers. Supposedly said that he was looking at the Cowboys website for tips. He wasn't going to get anything from there. There's not enough. There was not enough to get anything. I mean, all he was going to see is a CeeDee Lamb, turning it up.
Yeah.
and Trayvon Diggs doing his thing. So
Leighton Vander Esch's visor. Maybe you can zoom in and get something out of that.
Yeah. So he wasn't going to get anything out of that. Maybe he was joking. Hopefully he was joking, because if he was serious, that guy's doesn't have. I don't think the elevator goes up to the top floor, man. There's just no way.
I've never heard that one before. I like that.
Yeah, bro.
The elevator doesn't go up to the top floor. That's funny.
See what else we got here in the comments, guys. We got a score prediction here, guys. Let's shoot those score predictions. Dallas 31-13. McCarthy first big win. Yeah, that would be a trounce. That would be an absolute trouncing, right? 31-13. Yeah, I think ESPN had a predictor, and they had the Cowboys scoring about 21.1 points per game or something like that, which is, I think that's way under. I'm thinking, 24 to 31 points a game, man, at least. Maybe the 40 burgers. Let's get some 40 burgers this season, like legitimately. No more close games. The lunatic.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't take your foot off the gas.
Cowboys 33, Rams 17. I love it. And then we'll score 7 late. All right. I like that. Let's put the pedal to the metal, everybody. See what else we got in here. I just saw one here. That was a good one. Let me see if I can find it again. Here we go. Chris Dantzler. Jarwin, Mike. We didn't mention him. That's
we haven't mentioned him at all. Yeah.
Jarwin scores a touchdown. Z scores a touchdown. Trayvon Diggs scores a touchdown. Is that a pick six? Is it on a return game? Well, how do you have that one, Chris Densler? Let us know in the comments. But yeah, I love that. Mike, Jarwin, man, that is another one that be interesting to see how he looks, right? And here on the road, the torch has been passed to Blake Jarwin.
Yeah, it's officially been passed. You know, he just got a, what was it, a 3-year extension or something like that. I mean, it's time for them to own it. And you know, yeah, I want to see if Blake Jarwin can block. You know, how's this blocking development, you know, came along in the year that he's been off. We know he can catch the ball. We know he's a seam tight end guy. He's a post tight end guy. But can you do the fundamentals of blocking, Jarwin? That is what I want to see. That is a huge point, just bringing up Jarwin, period.
Who's returning punts and kicks? We covered this a little earlier. So it's they have a lot of names listed, but it's like Cedric Wilson,
Tony Pollard,
even Trayvon Diggs is in the mix there as well. So it'll be interesting to see who actually gets the ball there and who can do something with it. All right. See what else we got here in the comments, guys. Keep the comments and questions coming. Scrolling through little by little. Appreciate you. Let me see. Robbie Radford in the house. Loyal support. Appreciate you, Robin. Appreciate you. Chris Killens, love the new regime. Yeah, so far so good. Let's keep it going into the regular season. Let's keep it going. Donnell Jenkins, like the live, guys. Appreciate you, Donnell. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see what else we got here. Young Genius McVay, going to find out our roster is deeper and better. Yeah, I agree. He's going to have to find out the hard way. Speaking of, I think tonight's the last episode of Hard Knocks. Let's see if they discuss the game, the prep. That'll be interesting to watch.
I got a question for you, Joe.
Yeah.
What was your off-season go-to, maybe Netflix show or Netflix? You know, what was your go-to? Like, how did you cope on Sundays without football up until, you know, this Sunday? What was your go-to show?
Man, I don't know. I watch a lot of series. Yellowstone is probably my newest one that I really love right now. Yellowstone on Paramount Network. I love it, dude. I love Yellowstone. A really good one.
Mine was Lucifer on Netflix. They're coming out with the 6th season here later on down the road, but I watched Lucifer this off season. And if you guys got Netflix and you haven't watched Lucifer yet, I guarantee you guys go watch it. I mean, if you like, you know, jam-packed action, a little bit of mystery, you know, a little bit of religious things going on there, definitely Lucifer is the show for you. That's what I was watching during this off season.
That's awesome, man. Got one here from King Ali. How many sacks Randy Gregory getting in 2020? I'm gonna go with 6 again. I think he can pull 6 out the hat. You know, I know he is coming back for that Washington game. What's your thoughts, Mike? How many sacks is Randy Gregory gonna get this season?
I like 6. You know, he can start practicing at week 4, so it gives him a couple of weeks to learn. He's with the team now, so he can really take some mental reps, you know, do some work on the side, things of that sort. I like 6.
Yeah, it's a good solid number. Chris Killens, I love the new regime so far. Bold prediction: we will get 3 sacks and 3 defensive turnovers. Cowboys beat Rams 35-17. Camo time. Yeah, that is bold. You know, bold is always go home or big. Go big or go home, right? So that's a big one. 3 sacks and especially the 3 defensive turnovers, Mike. So, man, that would be something. That would be something that could you know, carry the momentum into the next couple of weeks, man. Because we've been hurting for turnovers for a long time, Mike.
Yeah, 3 defensive turnover, I think, is a real bold, and people got to remember it's a bold prediction, right? So you got to take that word bold into consideration. You know, I can make a bold prediction right now and say Dak Prescott throws for 7,000 yards. Obviously, it doesn't mean anything because it's a bold prediction, right? So people don't freak out when you see the word bold prediction. But three turnovers, that's definitely a bold prediction going into the first week of the season.
Yeah, that would be great, man. That would be awesome. Appreciate everybody has joined here live in the chat box and watching live. Make sure you guys hit like on this video while you're here. Make sure you hit like. Helps out the podcast immensely. The Frisco Report, Cowboys blog, and Cowboys Corners channels. Make sure you hit them all up.
Yeah, if you don't like the video, guys, I get fired. So you gotta make sure you like the video.
Chadrick Thomas, 45-7. I'm going big. That's an absolute destruction of the Rams right there, Mike. 47-5.
I'm going big, and indeed you are, Thomas. Indeed you are. But it's possible. What was the last game? Wasn't it something like that last year? Wasn't that like somewhere the score was somewhere like that? I got to look that up, but I think that was pretty close to the last score.
Donald Jenkins, you going live for the game? No. I go crazy, dude. You guys don't want to see me live during a game. They might be this guy, there's something wrong with this guy.
Oh, it was 30-22. Oh, yeah. Wait, no, that was the NFL divisional round. The last time we played him, it was 44-21. Cowboys win the 12-15-19. So I can see the Cowboys going 44 again on them. 45, that's not out of reach.
Got another 40 burger. Derek Grimsley, 40-20 Cowboys. There's a 40 burger. Izzy Prado. Bold prediction: offense top 3 in scoring, defense top 3 in interceptions. I love that, man. I think if they hit those earmarks, we're in the championship game. That's a big deal right there, man.
They're definitely in the championship game.
Did I see somebody say Raider Nation? We even got Raiders coming up in this.
Yeah.
Thing?
Someone. Yeah. I threw up in my mouth a little bit when I read that earlier. I was like, that's nasty.
No, I do like that stadium, and too bad that we didn't get to have the draft. But man, they delayed it. It is going to be there in 2021. I don't know, man. If things are under control and there's a vaccine or whatever, I might try to get out there to that. That is a pretty awesome stadium. I'll give them that, but that's it. All right. Check this one out.
The Raiders Stadium? If you look at it from the sky, it looks like a big toilet bowl. I don't know if you've seen that or not. It looks like a big, gigantic black toilet.
I think it's supposed to resemble the black hole or whatever the heck they call it. You got one here, Mike. Joe and Mike, do you see Bradley and I getting some sacks in his debut?
Week 1 debut? Maybe. I'm going to say maybe. I'm not going to doubt the guy. I'll say maybe.
Yeah, could be possible, man. He's got the quick first step, which is really, really good. Yeah, that's possible. Marvel and Group Wink in the house. What's up, brother? I only see Alden Smith getting 2 sacks in this game. Nobody else, Wink? Come on, bro. Nobody else?
In my bold prediction, I had Alden Smith getting 2 sacks.
But that's it? No.
But the bonus, if anyone else gets it, that's extra, bud. That's bonus. That's bonus.
That's the bonus round. But I'll take 2 from Alden Smith, Wink. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. If we only get 2 sacks, I will be disappointed though. I want to see a multiple sack game, and I'm talking 3 to 5 at least.
Ooh, that's the expectation we're talking about, guys.
That's the expectation. It shouldn't be low. It should not be low. This is a new era, a new coach, new regime, like all of us are talking about here. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Von Miller done for the year. Is that some sort of breaking news, or is that just?
Yeah, he had some type of ankle injury or a lower leg injury, and
all right.
Yeah.
All right, Tariq. Appreciate you, Tariq. I wasn't sure if that was just somebody messing around or not, but man, appreciate you, bro. That's interesting, but that's too bad. I'm a fan of Von Miller. A fan of the Cowboys. You can be a fan of other players around teams because you love the way they play football. That's what I love about football.
Exactly.
I love how Von Miller plays football. I do. I have a pretty big list of other NFL players I really like to watch. Lamont. Mom, Steph, and Joe, Rod, my bold prediction is Blake Jarwin will lead all receivers this Sunday. Wow, now that is bold right there. So we're talking leading Amari, Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. That's definitely bold, Lamont. Definitely bold.
Mother stuffing Joe Rod.
Hey, Lamont, man, hit me up on the DM on Twitter or Instagram. I'll shoot you over one of these, man. I got a lot of these. Limited supply, not a lot, but I do have some here that I'm giving to all donations. Cap mode here, Cowboys blog. If you wanna rock one, hit me up on a DM, man. I'll get that out to you, brother. Appreciate you.
You got to hit him up. He needs to know that Addy.
Yeah,
I know the Addy.
Yeah, Warren Duncan, 35-24. That's not too bad. It's not quite a blowout, but it is. We did get some offense going here. Looks like. 24, I'm not quite feeling that. That means we probably messed around on defense a little bit, But
yeah,
I'll take it, man. I'll take that score, though.
That's a good score.
A new member, MNZ Gomez, right? MNZ.
He upgraded it. He upgraded it twice.
Oh, wow. Appreciate you, bro.
So now he's in the Ring of Honor now.
Now you're in the Ring of Honor, bro. You, too, will get one of these. Hit me up, DM me. I'll get one of these shout out to you. And check this out, bro. I got the hologram stickers available. Hit me up, members.
Oh, I just got the regular one. You got holograms, bro?
Yeah, these are new, man. These are brand spanking new. The hologram, baby.
Look at the difference between them. Put that back up. Look at the difference. Look how bad A that looks. Spotify will take us down, so I can't say the real word. But look how bad A that looks.
Yeah. Nah, that's good, man. That's good. Appreciate you guys for joining up, man. Let's see what else we got here, guys. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Derek Grimsley and Blake Jarwin can vertically stretch the field. Yeah. And I cannot wait and go ahead and double team Cooper to see how that works out. Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch. Blake Jarwin, I think, yeah, man. Could he be the surprise receiver of that game? I could see
He could be, yeah. They lost some linebacker pieces over there in with the Rams. So, how can they keep up and cover everybody? I think he can knock out Blake Jarwin. Zach Ertz, Kelsey. These guys are really hard to cover. If Jarwin knows how to use his body and run routes and use that speed that he has, he can really be unstoppable.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. It's going to be fun to watch. And, and even in the past, there were some games where it was a Jason Witten kind of game, where that was the guy, So it's not out of the realm of reality that maybe Blake Jarwin, becomes that go-to guy for Dak Prescott in the clutch in the red zone. I would love that, man. That's what we should aspire Blake Jarwin to be. To be that guy, be that clutch red zone threat, man, because he's on a 3-year deal and got him relatively cheap. So if he can turn into something amazing, we're in business, as I like to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else we got here in the comments, guys? We'll take a few more here before we cut out. Marcelo B, how about moving Connor Williams to right tackle? I think that would only come into play unless we had some sort of devastating injury somewhere during the season. Probably not in this game, unless you had some like multiple injuries against the Rams. Let's knock on wood. But as far as this game, I don't see that happening. Marcelo, what do you think, Mike?
I think you'll see McGovern go there before you'll see Williams go there, if I'm being completely honest.
McGovern does have that position flex. He has played all positions on the offensive line there at Penn State and in high school. So he does have that in his bag of tricks. I'm interested to see. The Joe Looney is a low-key interesting one, Mike, that you brought up earlier. How will he look in this game?
How will he look for the season? But Joe Looney, yeah, he's a clown, man, and that's what I love about Joe Looney because I'm not going to say we literally have the same personality as off the camera and stuff, but But when it's time to get down on that gridiron, I mean, he takes it very seriously. And I mean, he knows how to turn it on and turn it off. That sense of humor.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, for sure, man, for sure. The lunatic Zeke will have over 100 yards rushing, and the entire Rams team will have less than 80. That's super bold. The entire Rams team less than 80. So Rams, they got rid of Gurley, and I don't even think Gurley's going to do good with Atlanta. His knees are gone. If you're in fantasy football, do not draft Todd Gurley. If you do, I'm going to know you don't know what you're doing, okay?
I wouldn't even I wouldn't call that a bold prediction. I would call that a legit prediction.
Oh.
Because if the defense can hold the Rams to 80 yards or less rushing, that means those Baconators are paying off on that line. I actually like that. I like that.
That's a good one. That is a good one. Yeah, that would be awesome, man. We've been talking about that soft middle of the defense for a couple years now, man. If they ratchet it up and lock it down, man. Good stuff, man. It's gonna be good stuff. No, he has. I've seen him in interviews and his draft analysis. He has all the experience all across there. The guru.
Wow, the guy.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Well, he put it like 5 times. Potion Z or Potion Z, whatever it is. He said, "Do you think Nick Wright is delusional for picking the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl?"
Nick Wright? Who's Nick Wright?
That's what I'm about to Google.
Do you think Nick Wright is delusional for bringing the Cowboys to the Super Bowl? No, I don't think he's delusional. I don't know who that is, but
it looks like he's it's that guy. If you've seen a picture of him, you'll know. I can't think of. I think he's on CBS talk shows, in the afternoon shows. No, I don't think he's delusional. I think he's pretty accurate there, bud.
Yeah, that's how we got McCarthy in here. I think it's the missing piece, but I feel this is going to be a good first year for McCarthy, putting his thumbprint on this thing. I mean, we've already seen the roster take a pretty, I wouldn't say dramatic change, but I think on the defensive side of the ball, you see the biggest change so far.
Oh, no, he's on first. He was let's skip and Shannon, Nick Wright.
I don't watch that. I don't watch First Take, dude. It's garbage. Yellow journalism at its worst, man. I can't
undisputed.
Whatever it is, I don't watch it really, man. But man, no, I do think that he's not delusional. I don't watch him. I'm not really into those things. But I think it's definitely going to be possible.
I'm gonna be honest though. I don't watch those guys either.
Let's see what else we got, guys. I think that's going to be it, guys. We do appreciate everybody that joined us tonight with a quick preview of this game, and all the news of the day. Appreciate you guys in the comments, all the super chats and donations. We appreciate you. Remember, if you did donate tonight, please hit me up on a DM so I can get you one of these wristbands for the 2020 season, man. You got to rock this out with me, man. Cowboys blog, cat mode on the other side. Hologram sticker, baby. So if you guys donated tonight, let me know. New members, hit me up as well. I'll get these out to you, but you got to give me your address. So make sure you guys hit me up on a DM, okay? But Mike, before we
don't tweet it to him.
Yeah, don't tweet it. DM it to me. All right, guys. Mike, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you if they haven't already.
Yeah, right here. Joe has it right on the screen @_Cowboys Quarter on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, my YouTube link is right there in the bio. So hit that, hit subscribe. I got a video dropping mañana. For those of y'all that don't know, that's tomorrow. And I'm excited to get this thing rolling, Joe. It's football time.
It's football time, guys. We do appreciate everybody that came on here and checked us out tonight. And we will be back on next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We're going to keep
the
results. We'll talk about the game Tuesday night and a look at the next game, which will be Atlanta, I believe. So lots to talk about. Let's get this win. Let's get this dub for Mike McCarthy. That's a new era. Let's make that run to 6 rings, 6 Lombardis. Let's get it done, guys. Appreciate y'all. Catch you for the next one, guys. Peace.
Peace. Go Cowboys.